Hi, I'm Mike Ungerman of the Central Florida Computer Society. Today, we'll continue with the 8th in a series on electric vehicles and the 3rd on EV charging. Our last EV presentation covered the use of Level 3 public and commercial charging. Today, we'll expand on that subject by going over online resources, commercial network mobile apps, navigation mobile apps, and independent apps and social media. If you saw my last presentation, you've seen these images before. They still represent the two major types of commercial networks, Tesla superchargers and all other commercial DC charging networks using the CHAdeMO or CCS standards. Many of the latter also have Level 2 AC charging available as well. Today's presentation is applicable to all commercial Level 2 and 3 charging. I reviewed many of the non-Tesla commercial companies that provide Level 3 public charging in my last presentation. Let's look at the latest ChargePoint and their mobile app as an example of most of them. Here is the ChargePoint website. Let's take a look at a short video explaining their methods of charging an EV and using their mobile app.
Hi everyone, I'm Lucia from ChargePoint and I'm going to show you how simple it is to charge any electric vehicle using ChargePoint. To get started, create a free account online or in the app. It's super fast and easy. Once you're signed up, there's 3 ways you can charge: with your phone, with the app, or with your card. You can charge as soon as you sign up using your phone. Drivers agree it's the easiest way to charge. Setting up Tap to Charge will be different depending on if you have an iPhone or an Android. The app will walk you through all of it. Once you're set up, tap your phone right over the RFID reader. Make sure your screen is on for Android and your fingers on Touch ID for iPhone. Listen for the beep and the click that unlocks the connector. Just unplug it from the station right here. Go ahead and open your port door and plug it in. And you're charging. Double check to make sure your car is charging before you head off. Most EVs have indicator lights on the dashboard to let you know if you're charging. You can also check your charging status anytime in the mobile app or on the station. That's it. You can go about your day. No need to stand around and wait for your car to charge. Make sure to enable notifications in the mobile app so we can send you a reminder when you're done charging. Once you're done charging or have as much range as you need, just tap your phone right over the RFID reader to stop charging. You'll hear the beep. Unplug the connector from your car and plug it back into the station. And that's it. Charging your electric car is really that easy. I'm gonna head off and grab some coffee. You guys stay tuned for more EV videos.
Now let's take a look at the ChargePoint Android app as I installed it on my Pixel 6a phone. And I'm not already a member, so I had to first establish my account. Typical sign-up screens. Got to verify my account. Choosing where I intend to use the account in public or with their home charge, which I don't have. How I will pay for my charge. Note that I can tie this account in with my Google Pay if I wish, a fully mobile transaction. In the video we just watched, similar direction on how to use the app at the charging station. Note that I have to turn on near-field communication, which I normally don't have on all the time for security purposes. Now I can configure the app for my vehicle. I've set it up for my Kia Niro plug-in hybrid. I'll enable notifications. I'll allow location access so I can get location information on their charging stations. I can filter out their charging stations not relevant to my vehicle if I wish. Now we see a map near my present location. The gray point on the map, shown here, is one of ChargePoint's charging stations near me. Since my Kia Niro doesn't support level 3 charging, I have the option to select only those connectors that I can use. Here I have selected a level 1 wall outlet and a level 2 J1772 connector. You can see the DC fast charging stations also available, which I might use at some point in the future if I purchase a full battery electric vehicle. A Fisker interests me at the moment. Now we're back to the map, and I'm getting some green icons that match my charging requirements. I further refined my filters to only show me chargers reported as available. Here, I've requested the details of the chargers that are shown to be available. Note that the first one is a free charger at a retail establishment. Second two will require payment. Back to the map, and I've turned on the satellite view. This gives me a better understanding of where the charging points are actually located. Back to my account screen and note some of the features that are available to me. One of them, Connections, provides some promotional discounts that I can take advantage of. I can become a VIP if I wish. And then there are various different types of connections that are available to me. Although the charging companies have location finding capabilities, the major mapping applications, both on computers and on mobile apps, have the ability to find charging stations as well as help plan your routes based on where you might want to charge your EV. Let's take a look at Google and Waze mapping applications. I didn't look at Apple Maps. It's similar, but I don't have access to it. So Google Maps has long provided references to points of interest along map routing. Recently, they've added EV charging stations to their capabilities. I've put in the World Golf Renaissance Village in St. Augustine, a trip that I planned for my home in the Orlando area. I'm using this trip as mapped out on Google Maps to see where I could charge my Kia Niro. Here's the route of approximately 113 miles. My Kia, when fully charged, provides 26 miles of pure EV before switching into hybrid mode. If I want to have a full battery for the return trip, I'm going to have to recharge at my destination. I can filter Google's search results by the type of charging plug that I want. Here I've chosen my J1772 plug. You can see the other charging plugs supported in the search if I had a full battery electric vehicle. Back to the mapping screen, I've already chosen my destination and put in the query EV charging stations. You can see that 2 have been identified. I have moused over the top one and I see the information at the bottom of my screen. A street view of the charging station can be obtained. For the first one, it looks like it's out in the country somewhere. This additional view is a little better. It appears to be either at a hotel or commercial building. This picture actually shows me the charging point. You can see it over here in the corner. I'd have to drive to it and check out to see whether activities are nearby if I want to spend the time to recharge. Given that I have a full hybrid capabilities for my return trip, I'll likely not do so. But if this was a BEV, I'd have to find another location. Now, let's compare Waze's EV support. Although Google now owns Waze, the display and information can be different. Here I get this prompt to customize my settings. And I can turn these features on, and as in Google, select my charging plugs. I'll compare Waze's results for the same trip I put in Google Maps. Note that there's an EV charging station icon pictured to add a stop. Here's my route. And now I'm going to have to add a search for the charging stations. It didn't automatically put them on the route. The results do show more stations, and 2 of them match what I previously found. Here we have World Golf Village and a couple down here at this intersection. One at World Golf Village and a Tesla station, even though I had filtered out my plug. Here's details of one location I'd likely select for my Kia. It's at a business. I don't know exactly what's around it. I'll have to do some additional searching to see if this is a place that I would want to actually go and do while my car is charging. There is an independent Android app combining mapping and route planning for EVs. It's called a Better Route Planner, ABRP. It doesn't have the best reviews on Google Play, 2.9 stars, but it might be worth considering. Better Route Planner combines many of the route planning features of major mapping apps. They want access to my location. They let me select my vehicle. And again, I put in my trip to St. Augustine. This map display shows me all of the charging stations that they're aware of between my starting location and my destination. I've zoomed into the locations that are nearby, and you can see I have a Gate Petroleum, Florida Power and Light Evolution station that did not come up on one of my previous searches. And it gives me a close-up of what the app actually looks like. Social media is playing a much bigger share in finding EV charging station. PlugShare is one of the sites that is available. It's a combination mapping and social media, EV Finder, and interactive payment application. By being interactive, its users can check in at the charging stations they find on the app and report their experiences. Here you can see the availability of PlugShare on Google Play. It may well be available on Apple. I did not double check. Once again, you can see all of the stations that are identified when I bring up the map. I put in World Golf Village. Here's the route with the charging stations depicted en route. Filters that I can put in, again, changing the outlet. And I definitely have public stations selected. This one lets me choose the charging networks if I wish. And it has a couple of pages of those. All right, we're now zoomed in to the World Golf Village and Renaissance Village, and you can see 2 of the charging stations shown. Here's the dermatology station we found previously. Another one, DJ Capital, investment location apparently. And if I zoom in on DJ Capital, you can see that they're telling me what the cost may well be. It's just apparently a flat $2 per hour charging. And they're telling me, as of the time I took the screenshot, that my plug is available on 2 stations, but at the moment, 1 station is available and 1 is offline. Note here that the social media aspects are now available to me at a station located near a Best Western in St. Augustine. And they're saying that I can leave a check-in with a positive rating or a negative rating. And you can see the ratings that have been previously posted for these stations. They also use what they call leaderboards, which, and the social media site, they designate people as explorers, where people have check-ins in the last 30 days. Heroes, ranked by number of check-ins at share, this one says at a shared home charger. And scouts, ranked by the number of stations added to the network. Oliver apparently has added to the network 6,572 stations. Quite an achievement. PlugShare has some additional features, and they have an extensive help file. You can navigate with PlugShare. You can actually set up an account and pay with PlugShare, and there are archived PlugShare resources. One of the bigger social media sites is Twitter. They serve many purposes. One of them is to support those attempting to find nearby EV charging stations and their status. The Twitter account, Rate Your Charge, is one Twitter account that supports this function. Rate Your Charge, and this is the Twitter account. And it is brought to you by the team of Out of Spec, which is a YouTube channel doing extensive ratings of EV sites. At the moment, they've got 8,363 followers, so they have a bit of a way to go. Rate Your Charge does come out with a weekly newsletter, and you get a weekly report at this link tweeted out. So if you follow them, you'll get this, and you can see that they will rate satisfaction and availability for Teslas, ChargePoint, EVgo, all other stations, and Electrify America. This is just an example of the weekly newsletter, which at the present time is online, and I don't believe you can sign up for it. Here's an example of a tweet posted by one of the members of Rate Your Charge, and he's saying he's getting slow speeds at this particular network in this particular location. Another one near a Best Buy and Sporting Goods in Seattle, and another one in Michigan on a Tesla supercharger. So that's a good example of the types that are available. I've archived a number of YouTube videos which support my reference for EV presentations. The URL for the site is available in periodic Saturday Tech for Senior newsletters. If you're going to be using public level 2 and 3 chargers, you will likely use one or more mobile apps to support your search for a charging station and the process of charging your EV and paying for the use of the charger. Recently, General Motors and Ford announced that future EVs will be manufactured with a Tesla North American Charging Standard interface, or provide an adapter until their vehicles are so produced. Many other EV manufacturers are likely to follow suit. Tesla's in the process of providing adapters on their supercharger network for EVs with CCS charging. So this pretty much wraps up my sub-presentations, if you will, on charging. My next EV presentations will start a review of the makes and models of electric vehicles.